Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel, Made with Love. My name is Heather, and today I'm going to make, using a cake mix, this time I'm going to be making donuts. I seen this a while ago, but I didn't have a donut pan, but now I've got my donut pan. So I've already got my oven preheated at 350. I've already sprayed my pan with the cooking spray. Set that aside. So now it's really easy, simple ingredients. Just lowering my camera, just needed 2 hands to do that, so it's very easy. So it's just the one cake mix. I'm just gonna see if I can get this in the shot a little bit better. So I'm actually using a chocolate fudge cake mix. If I can get this to open. One cake mix, 1 cup of water or 1/4 cup of oil, and 1 egg. I've got my cake mix, adding 1 cup of water, 1/4 cup of oil, and 1 egg. Just mix it all together. I'll be back in a minute when I get this all mixed in. Right, so the batter's all mixed. So I've got my donut pan here. It makes 12. I'm just gonna scoop out the mix and just bake at 350 Fahrenheit for 10 minutes. Very easy recipe. This is going to take just a couple minutes to get this all scooped in here. So I've got this little teaspoon. One side is for regular loose tea, one side is for the matcha tea. So I'm using 2 scoops of the batter of the regular loose tea. I believe it's a tablespoon. Looks like I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of batter into each of the little donut wells. So like I said, when I get this done, I'll be putting this in the oven for about 10 minutes. So I'll be back in about 10 minutes when I pulled them out of the oven. Sorry, just get my timer to turn off. There, this is the second batch of donuts. I can get these out of here without burning my finger this time. Remember to put the oven rack back in the oven fully before you go to shut the door. I'm just going to set these here to cool for a minute before I flip them over. This was the first ones I dumped out. I overfilled them. So like I said, I this little spoon here for my teeth. So I did measure. So this side here is a tablespoon. And then I thought this was a teaspoon. It's not. The second side is only half a teaspoon, which makes sense when you're making matcha tea. So this one's here was 2 scoops, and they overfilled, and there's no hole left because they cooked over top. So I'll just put this one. So they look like muffins and not donuts. And I was gonna poke the hole through, but I looked at them and I like the shape of them. I'm like, they look like bird's nest. Easter is like next weekend. So why not make them look like birds' nests anyways? And then I've got this tub of the Betty Crocker whipped chocolate icing. And if you really want to make it look really nice, is you just dump it into a bowl and you just mix it for a few minutes. You can add more icing sugar and more milk to make it thicker or more runny, depending on, or even just to make, more icing. So that's what I'm going to do. I just gotta get my camera on the stand and flip it around, and we'll continue to bake. I was looking for different ways to get these out of the pan. What I find works easiest if I just kind of jiggle them around a little bit, just kind of swirl them around, and then I flip the pan over, get this, and then they should fall out so much easier. Just a couple more here, just have to loosen it around because it gets caught on the center part. Then I get a nicer, more rounder donut. Unless, of course, you tipping it and you drop it and you drop the pan on the donut and then you lose a chunk of it. Luckily, it's just sitting right there beside it. There. Just had to fix that one. Just drop the pan on it. See, the bottom is the nicer side. The top is the nicer side. So I'm going to have these upside down, and I'm going to ice the bottoms, just so then they look a little bit nicer. So when you pick them up, so that would be the back or the bottom, and then this is so. I'll be back in just a second to start icing. Okay, so the icing is now really whipped. It looks really good. I'm going to make a glaze for the other donuts. But for these ones, because they look like birds' nests, I mean, because there's no hole through them. So I thought, oh, perfect bird's nest. I was going to see what I had. So the icing is brown because that's all I had in the pantry. I mean, I do have icing sugar. I could have made icing, but I decided I'm going to go fast way tonight. And then I was looking for little candies that would work, and all I have are these little jelly beans, the Jelly Belly little jelly beans, and these are the pumpkin spice ones from Thanksgiving. I still have some of these, so I think I can use up, leftover Halloween Thanksgiving candy at Easter. And then just to make it look like grass in the nest, I've just got coconut and green food coloring. So I'm just gotta pour some of my coconut. So just pour it all in. There's not a lot left in this bag. And a few drops of green food coloring. Oops. So a few more drops than I wanted to. And to make it faster, I'm putting the lid on and I'm just going to shake it. And it's going to give me a nice green grass. This is usually a job I like to give little kids because they love to do this. Color your own coconut, color your own sugar. So if you take some of the coarser sugar and put it in a container with food coloring, you can get your own edible glitter type stuff. I'm just going to grab a spoon here and just mix this because there was some of this food coloring stuck to the side of the bowl here. Just give it a nice little stir. Now that looks like a lot of nice grass. So set those aside. Just got to grab another little spoon so I can lift up the icing. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little bit of the icing here. I'm just going to put it inside. I mean, if I really wanted to, I would get out my piping bags and the piping tips and I would pipe this on, but I just want to do this fast tonight. It's taking me a little longer to do this than I thought it was because I was just going to make a simple little simple little donut, and then my donuts ended up not looking like donuts, so I decided to kind of change it up a little bit. So I got like that. No, it doesn't look like a bird's nest at the moment, but I'm just gonna dip it into the coconut here, and then grab these. And when I grab the little jelly beans, I'm going to actually press them into the center. Like that. Now, doesn't that look like a nice little bird's nest ready for Easter? That's how you take something like what you wanted to make, and it didn't quite go right, so you just kind of, you know, just turn it into something else. So I'm just going to do the same to all of these. Now I'm just going to set this stuff aside, as I am going to now make my glaze for the other one. I just have to pick my hands because I've got green food coloring, and I just have to grab, oh, the milk. That's what's not sitting out here. Okay, now for these ones, I just wanted to make a nice simple little glaze. This is what I initially was going to do. So I don't need a lot, I just need a little bit of icing sugar. So I'm not measuring because I only have just a few little donuts to do. I think that should be enough. That's about, no, maybe about half a cup of icing sugar and just a little splash of milk. Maybe about a tablespoon, well, maybe half a tablespoon of milk, and just whisk this because I just want it to be more runny. Because I want it to make it a glaze, not so much a thick icing. And the thing is, when I'm making this stuff like this for glazes, I can just make a little bit, and then if I need to make more, I can add more. Just using this to stir. And then just because I've got these ones all decorated for spring, I'm going to just see what I have for food coloring behind me. Let's see what do I have. Oh, I've got, no, is there anything left in this one? No, that one's empty. I see I've got all these food colorings, and I never know which ones have anything in them. Most of them are empty. There. Oh, look at that. My whisk just broke. Where did this? Right there. Just got to push it back into its little hole, or find the corresponding one and just pull it out. I think it's there. There. I will just pull it out and fix it later. Okay. I got my little whisk here at the little liquidation place for 50 cents. So it's not a big deal if it, oh look at that, another one has fallen out too. My whisk wants to fall apart tonight. There. Oh. Well, I guess I'll take that one off. Okay. Like that. And I'm just going to take one of these little donuts. I'm just going to stick it in, give it a little twist. And, oops, needs a little more. There we go. Look at that. Easy to do. And then, oops, I'm just going to grab some sprinkles all behind me here. Got these nice Easter looking ones. I'm just going to take some sprinkles and just add some sprinkles to it like that. There we go. We've got some nice little donut and a nice little Easter donut. So I will just go and finish doing the rest of these, and I'll be back when I get them all iced and you can see what they look like. All right, so I've got 12 little bird nest looking donuts, and then I've got 12 just sprinkled donuts just to make it for that fun Easter spring. I did the 6 of them with the blue sprinkles, and I did 6 with the purple or pink sprinkles. So there we go. So this is a very easy baked donut. I'm gonna move so the sun's not so much in my eye. Okay. No, so very simple, easy, basic donut recipe using a box cake mix. So it's 1 box cake mix, 1 cup of water, 1 egg, and a 1/4 cup of oil, and then you bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 10 minutes. These ones took actually 12 minutes to bake. Measuring out what the amount of batter to put in my tins. These ones here were 2 tablespoons, so that was a little too much. These ones were closer to about 1.5 tablespoons, so I think that's about the right amount. Is that 1.25 to 1.5 tablespoons? Like this one here was 1.25. I was just testing different measurements and just trying to figure out. So that's 1.25 tablespoon, and this one is 1.5 tablespoons. So I think I figured out finally. Well, this is only my second time using this pan, so I do know the amount of batter to put into each of the little cavities of my pan. All right, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who's subscribing to my channels and watching my videos, and I will see you in the next ones. Bye.